All right, so we are back, and we are back on the YouTube versus TikTok grind for at least one more sparring footage breakdown. There might be more that come out, but I think we're at the end of the line here. I think we've covered all of our bases, getting ready for our big prediction next week. And speaking of the YouTube TikTok boxing card, not only are we doing a live stream watch party for Lohan's Logan and Grandpa Floyd, but we are also the next week coming right back here on the channel and hitting another watch party for the entirety of the YouTube versus TikTok boxing card. So get in here if you do want some entertainment, but also want to know what's going on the card and not having Fousey yelling Drake's here every 5 seconds, and having Keemstar hit his let's get right into the fights. If you guys want to skip that, come by my stream on June 6th and June 12th. We're going to have a good time, and it's always a big thank you to you guys. We're at 70K subs, and we just keep going. Thank you so much. Now, today's breakdown is about a man that has been heralded in the YouTube boxing scene. He is the only man to make the problem child bleed. It is finally here, folks. You asked for it, and I deliver faster than DDG's Amazon Prime jacket. That's right, today we are talking about the tank that is Comedy Shorts Gamer, aka Deji. He's back in the YouTube scene, and he's looking for redemption. His sparring and training footage, the breakdown, let's go. So the reason I have Jake Paul and Deji on the screen right now, I want to show you guys a couple of things that Deji struggled with in his first fight, and then we'll take a look at his recent footage and see if he's doing that and in what ways he's doing that. So let's take a look. All right, so we're right in the beginning of this fight, guys, and I want to show you this because of what's about to happen right here. Right there. That's what I want to show you guys. Watch what Deji does here. He gets caught with the clean left hook, and immediately it backs him up. This is 18 seconds into the fight. This is a big deal because this is the first indicator for Deji of what a fight is. This is the first time he's been in a fight. He's in front of thousands and thousands of people, and he gets rocked immediately. He has headgear on and still felt that. Deji stayed on the back foot, and he is not very good on his back foot. And this is something, again, that we're gonna have to see if he's improved, being able to fight his way out of the phone booth and move forward and establish that respect in a fight, because Jake had none for him in this fight. Jake was on the front foot, leading the dance for all 6 rounds, and it started right here. Now, here's a positive for Deji, right? This is Jake, again, trying to pressure him. This is a point where Deji starts to fight back a little bit, and Deji has a pretty decent jab, and it puts Jake on the back foot, even for just a small period right here. Boom. Great jab. Beautiful shot. Again, great weight transfer. He's not outside himself. The right hand, if he wants to let it go, is there, even though I don't think he throws it. Yeah, he does throw it. And hits another jab behind it. The crowd goes fucking crazy behind that jab. Even in just that little instance, as you see, when Deji does gain some confidence, when he is able to move forward and just pop his jab, the easiest and most effective weapon in boxing. When Deji did that, he was able to have somewhat moderate success, especially early on before Jake just started steamrolling him. But those are the things he needs to do well. Stay on the front foot. He can't go backward because, at least in this fight, didn't show an ability to do that. And that's why I'm showing you a couple of these clips. Let's go to the next one. Watch the jab. Boom. Lands flush. He tries to throw the right hand. It misses. But again, Deji moving forward, him allowing himself to let shots go a little bit and not shell up and just move backward and accept the position of, I don't want to get hurt by throwing, so I'm just going to cover up and hope that I don't take too many big shots and get the fuck out of here. He is far better when he's engaged and he's moving forward, not accepting defensive position. And that's something, again, if he can improve on the Vinny fight, it's going to be a very good fight for him. If he's moving backward, it might be upset city. All right, so let's take a look at some recent footage with what we just saw in mind. Deji moving forward, staying behind his jab, which against Jake looked like more of a power jab. He stepped into it. He really stung Jake on the end of those shots. But let's take a look at what we have of his recent training footage and see if he's improved, if he's taken this seriously, and if we can get any sense of what he's bringing to this fight or how he's gonna fight. Let's take a look. All right, so even before we start the video, I can see Deji is standing southpaw. Oh, nice hook up top. Working in the pocket on the ropes. Nice. Lead hook to the body. Deji's got a good stance. He's balanced here. He had a nice hook up top, and then he comes to the body with it. I like that. Very nice work. All right, so again, we have Deji and Orthodox. I don't know who he's sparring here. There looks like a difference in weight by a good amount, but let's see. Deji coming forward. Heavy hands, man. Jab. Woo! 3 to the body with the 2 behind it. You like that. Pops the jab out, hook to the body, boom, big right hand over the top, sends this guy flying into the freaking corner. I don't think this guy is very experienced. You'll hear pro-level boxers and MMA fighters, they'll talk about this moment, this lapse in concentration called taking pictures or admiring your shots, right? Deji lands, boom, boom, and resets does something with his hand here to get his shoulders back in, but he's just admiring these shots he's just had, right? Instead of following up, instead of coming in, boom, boom, and cutting this guy off in the corner, if this guy had any experience, knowledge, or just ability to slide out of this corner here and get out of danger, he could. The door's wide open there. He could just walk out. Those little moments, while they may not mean anything in this sparring session, they do in a fight. And I can even think back to the Jake Paul fight. If he followed up on a couple of those jabs and landed with accurate shots, if he had pushed Jake into the corner and started working to the body and started alleviating that gas tank a little bit, do things change? Does he maybe start to gain even more confidence and start to turn the tide of the fight? So you may not think much of those little moments where he just kind of stands back and admires the fact that he landed 2 good shots, instead of taking that opportunity to capitalize on your work, capitalize on that position, and continue to land big time shots and maybe turn the tide of the fight. All right, we got Deji working on his overhand, it looks like. Nice twist there. Landing solid. I like it, man. This could be a devastating shot. Again, he's out at Orthodox, and this is with his new coach, so that's interesting. I still have no fucking clue how he's gonna fight, but he throws the overhand clean. It lands nice. He's got good power. Boom. All right, so we have him on the Cobra bag, what looks like in his house. It's good accuracy, you know, it's not bad. I do think Deji is probably better out of Orthodox. I think he's naturally right-handed. I could be wrong, but just watching him throw his backhand out of Southpaw, it looks like naturally he's right-handed. Again, look at what we talked about, guys, how successful he is when he moves forward. Look at this attack he starts with, right? Boom, straight left hand, and immediately jumps on the guy. Jumps on him in the corner. Big right hook. Resets. No time to waste. Boom, another right hook. Back again. Boom, straight left hand, right hook behind it again, and he gets out of range. Great head movement too. That right there, man. That Deji right there is a dangerous motherfucker. Again, I don't know the level of the sparring partner he's going with, but just the movements here, they're more confident. He's more explosive. This is what you like to see. This confident of a Deji puts Vinny Hacker against the ropes, puts him in the corner. That spells trouble. Deji's got power in those hands. He lets him fly and he'll absolutely crack you. What is this Victorian era tunic that he's got on this crash test dummy with Jake Paul's face on it? What the fuck is Deji doing in his free time? Again, Deji's lead hook is nasty out of Southpaw. It's his dominant hand, of course. Damn. Yo, that's disrespectful. You didn't have to punch the hairline off even the crash test dummy, Jake Paul. Damn. All right, so there you have it. The things I see from Deji that I like, the big takeaways. He's moving forward. Again, I know these sparring partners probably aren't the best, and he's able to kind of do whatever he wants in there with those guys. But he is confident. He is moving forward. He's throwing big time power shots, and he's following up on those. We don't get to see Deji struggling in these sparring sessions. We don't get to see him moving backwards, which I don't want him to do at all. Like, he starts to move backward and he starts to get into that perpetual motion of continuing to kind of be defensive, he'll be in trouble. And we also didn't get to see his gas tank. We know in the first Jake Paul fight, he had a little trouble because he maybe wasn't as committed to the training as he should have been. I'm hoping he's changed that. It seems like he's taking this far more serious. So yeah, I could see a more dedicated and more confident Deji that took training seriously and worked on his cardio deficiencies that we saw in the first fight. I could see that Deji coming out and starching Vinny Hacker and really rising to the top of this YouTube boxing scene. But what happens on fight night? Does Deji come out with that eye of the tiger, that thirst for vengeance, looking for redemption, and proving he belongs at the top tier of this YouTube boxing scene? Or do we get Vinny Hacker taking a break from flexing so hard in the mirror on TikTok that he pops a blood vessel and he starts to smell that money that he's in this fight for and actually come out and upset and shock the YouTube scene? I have a good idea, but I don't know the answers. But you guys already know one thing. On June 12th, guess we'll find out.